Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. It's now time for the Business Day. I'm Javon Keys. New regulations are coming aimed at improving service delivery at the island's commercial banks. The Financial Services Protection Bill will give the central bank greater oversight of financial institutions and set standards for how the entities deal with their customers. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark, during the Standing Finance presentation this morning, says the proposed legislation will be tabled in the coming months. This comes as complaints have been swirling about the decline in the level of service provided by banks.
The governor alluded to is going to address consumer protection in financial services and empower the BOJ to enforce those standards. So it's a gap that needs to be addressed and is being addressed with this bill that we hope to come to Parliament within the next several months.
Meanwhile, the Bank of Jamaica says the decision to hike interest rates should help to reduce the export of investments. Meanwhile, while responding to questions from the Standing Finance Committee as well this morning, the BOJ Governor Richard Bowles maintains that despite the criticism from the private sector, a scenario in which the central bank did not act could have been worse off for Jamaica.
If we don't have attractive interest rates in Jamaica, and the interest rates in the United States become more attractive as they have been with the Fed raising rates, what you will find is a migration of investments from Jamaican dollars to US dollars. That puts pressure on the exchange rate, enormous pressure, I must tell you, and that will make the exchange rate blow out the rooftop. That, more than anything else, will impact inflation in a disastrous manner. So what we are trying to do, in part, is to make our interest rates attractive enough that people don't feel that they have to take Jamaican dollars, go and buy US dollars to invest in a US dollar asset.
Meanwhile, Mr. Bowles says the Monetary Policy Committee, MPC, could consider slowing the policy interest rate for the coming decision, which is due August.
Clearly, we are closer to where we want to be than we were in October. So from that point of view, member, yes, we thoughts of pausing or how much more do occupy the minds of the MPC a lot, much more now than 6 months ago.
The monetary policy interest rate now stands at 5.5%. The BOJ has come under pressure from the private sector over the last 9 months to reduce the pace of increase. The central bank has moved up the interest rate in a bid to stem inflation. It says 70% of the inflation pressures being experienced currently is imported. Let's head to the currency market. It's costing an average $151.41 for the US dollar. $118 is the going rate for the Canadian, $183.20 for the pound, while it's costing an average $160.11 for the euro. The JSE index advanced by 631 points today, while the junior market index declined by 10 points. Among today's winners were Siboney Group, Consolidated Bakeries Jamaica, KLE Group, Express Catering and Indies Pharma Jamaica, while on the losing side were ISP Finance Services, Caribbean Cream, Jetcon Corporation, CAC 2000 and Portland JSX. And that's it for the Business Day. I'm Javon Keys. Stay with us. The regional and international roundup is right after the break.